All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to, I guess, an ASMR cast today between Romantic and Kaho, taking place here on Melting Valley. Romantic spawning as the blue human player on the bottom left-hand side of the map, meanwhile Kaho spawning as the yellow night elf, needing to wake up even earlier than normal um, in order to get at least one game cast out today. Unfortunately, well, when it rains, it pours in terms of change. I don't know how you guys deal with change, but I'm a guy who likes to optimize everything, do everything really efficiently, know my schedules, and well, after the recent layoff and now also, car troubles. So one like or my car, just driving it home, getting into the neighborhood, and then suddenly hearing like a weird scraping sound, even at low speeds, like even at a crawl. Really, well, need to go take it in to see what's wrong with it. Hopefully, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg, but yeah, meaning I need to get it towed in order to get there, and well, with all of that, needing to cast early. So once again, thank you for all of you guys out there who have supported, donated, subscribed on Amazon Prime, all of that good stuff, watching my videos, watching through the ads. It all does definitely help pay the bills, as we, not making a rock star living off of casting by any means, but still great to know that I can pay the bills and have a, I wouldn't say a profitable hobby, but a hobby that can, help pay the bills. I don't know why I didn't need to describe that so many times. All right, coming back through Romantic, getting up the Archmage, going up against Kaho, who is going for that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter versus Archmage in a 1v1 a matchup here, as the Archmage heads off to the north, gonna go after that Ogre Warrior, and what we should see a couple of ensnares. The ensnare actually hitting a Troll Trap, or hitting a Militia there, as the Ogre Warrior gonna get taken out. Another Militia also in the back, unable to attack. Archmage gonna pick up the Claws of Attack +5, now hitting a little bit harder. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter with Immolation able to dive on in amongst all of those units and really dish out a good amount of damage. Doesn't need the immolation now. Immolation perhaps works best when there is 2 or at least 3 targets. 2, it is still somewhat mana efficient, and at 1, it just kind of feels like you're burning your mana for really no reason. Alright, gonna go after, there you go, trying to hit both targets, not actually close enough to that Ice Troll Trapper, and that could well be a little bit of a downside as well if he's trying to finish things off. Yeah, he needed to turn that corner just a little bit more. Does turn off the immolation here, as you see a footman from Romantic is doing a bit of scouting. Meanwhile, off on the other side, Romantic did clear out the expansion as well. Peasants are going to be able to place down a town hall and speed build it here, also placing down a scout tower to perhaps upgrade to an ivory tower, as the Ancient of War rooted itself in position. Ate a couple of trees, regenerated some hit points, now making its way back. Alright, Archmage Illusion coming back across here, a little bit of damage. Archmage Illusion off here, and who's going to get... Are we going to see a mana burn? If that is the question, the footmen have to be very careful, though. They do not want to accidentally, well, stand next to the Demon Hunter when he has when he has Immolation. There's a mana burn right there. Archmage was able to drop off 1 Water Elemental, but the second Water Elemental is going to be delayed as the Archers and the Demon Hunter look to finish off the Water Elemental, letting it slip away there. Alright, unit's going to be retreating back. Archmage picking up Boots of Speed as a follow-up item. Should be able to run around the map easily. Meanwhile, the footman off to the north, perhaps going to try to dive in. 2 very low hit point footmen in the back here. The Demon Hunter does not have Boots of Speed. Going to have a little bit of a harder time trying to get in. And Kaho, instead of giving chase, actually heading back down to the south here. Interesting call. Meanwhile, the Water Elemental and Archers are still battling it out here. What is going on here? Demon Hunter going to sell that Crystal Ball, perhaps try to pick up a Boots of Speed of his own, and he is able to do exactly that. Meanwhile, we see a cancellation on that Tree of Life down to the south there, as the Demon Hunter with the Boots of Speed will be able to easily catch up to those units. There's a surround onto an illusion, and well, quickly, Kaho finds out that And all of that micro, a 4-unit surround onto the Archmage was, well, all for naught. All right, little bit of damage getting racked up onto that Archer there. Archer taking, well, down to 134 hit points, continuing to take damage here. Archmage does have boots of speed and claws of attack as we see another mana burn go down. All right, 100 mana lost already as the Archmage now looks to dive into the base. Romantic setting up an Arcane Vault. No Blacksmith as of yet. We are at tier 2 getting up a Hunter's Hall. That Hunter's Hall being delayed actually going to delay the Ancient of Lores, meaning Dryads are going to be a little bit delayed as well. All right, missing a little bit of that Sim City importance, trying to macro, trying to take care of your base while at the same time taking care of your army out on the battlefield. Archmage going to go ahead and retreat back here. We're looking at a couple of footmen waiting for the, well, Archmage to return back into the Arcane Vault to heal up. These footmen haven't taken nearly as much damage as the tech to tier 2 now underway. Footman going to get trained up here. There is that blacksmith that I was expecting, not yet done. All right, there is a clarity potion. There was a scroll of regeneration. Some of the other footmen back at home or back out on the field, not going to get the benefit of those heals, but they didn't need it nearly as much. Kaho does go for a Naga Sea Witch as the second hero. And Kaho now retreating back here. Boots of Speed could get transferred back to the Naga Sea Witch to inflict those cold arrows. No, not done. So Kaho missed an opportunity to pick off a low hit point footman with the help of a Naga Sea Witch and cold arrows. Are we going to see immolation? No, we are not. Kaho reaching back around now as the Archmage turning into a bit of a pincushion as the archers are there to deter any sort of harassment. All right, Blacksmith getting sped built there. Back now, Rifleman most likely going to start getting trained up, perhaps trying to get into get into a little bit of range units and also get to tier 2 in order to get access to those more powerful units, as tier 3 is now nearly done. Druids of the Claw, adept training already getting researched, and mastery training most likely right behind it off of those dual Ancients of Lore. All right, as we will perhaps try and retreat back here, Romantic going after some of these wisps all around the map. Demon Hunter going to come across, perhaps get another mana burn off on the Archmage, as the Archmage once more off to the races, trying to double back around. Archers are going to be able to get in front. No, they are not, but the Demon Hunter does get another mana burn because all of that juking. Back at home, we are upgrading the castle, we are getting up a Blood Mage, and we are getting up a single Arcane Sanctum right now. Archmage could be in some serious trouble though, but does have the get out of jail free card in that Scroll of Town Portal if things do go sideways. All right, Archmage drops a Water Elemental and now, well, sets up a little bit of a barrier with that Water Elemental, preventing the Demon Hunter from easily catching up. But the Demon Hunter quickly realizing, wait a second, I only need a little bit more experience to get to level 2 or level 3, and I will do exactly that. Oh, is he oh, beautifully done. Romantic purposely walking that Water Elemental in between the 2 trees, and by doing exactly that, ensuring that the trees were the ones who got the last hit. And as it got the last hit, well, no experience gain for the Demon Hunter. All right. A little bit short-lived there. It took as much time for me to explain what happened as for the Demon Hunter to get to level 3 himself. All right, Archmage quickly Scroll of Regeneration on all of these low hit point footmen. However, the archers, Demon Hunter now quickly coming in from behind. Are they going to be going after that to target there? No, Demon Hunter can just, prevent a lot of the healing. There's a siphon mana from the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now down to 70 or down mana as the Archmage transfers some items. Boots of Speed, Ring of Protection, perhaps going to try and give some mana to that Archmage. Not quite sure why he didn't do that while he was upside down on mana and losing mana naturally. Right, little bit of poke damage with that guard tower there. pushing back and across what is going on here. Druid of the Claw losing some of that precious mana, and we should be seeing a bit of an engagement. Yeah, Siphon mana into the Archmage now, needing that Water Elemental much earlier. Blacksmith about to get taken down. Repairs are going to get underway, and there's a little bit of mana burn again. Both sides are fighting. Guard towers offering protection. Presence trying to repair. Limited surface area. Druid of the Claw getting a rejuvenation and now being forced to retreat back. Archers with Roar buff able to deal large amounts of damage as we see more Siphon mana again. All right, 50 over 50 supply. Romantic up to 63 over 70 or 82. Getting Riflemen, getting Blacksmiths, trying to train up more and more units as Priests are out here on the battlefield as well. Kaho's timing on this attack absolutely clutch here as the Druid of the Claw shows up, gives another refreshed Roar, and, well, chasing down some of these targets. Arcane Towers are draining out some of the mana. Blacksmith taking quite a bit of damage. No more repairs. That may be a lost cause as the Archmage and Bloodmage continuing to battle it up. Bloodmage has no experience. Archmage still sitting at level 2. It is level 3, level 2 going up against level 2, level 1, and that is not a position you want to be in as a human player. He needs to hold on to this expo. Otherwise, without this expo, he's going to be falling behind in bases, or he will no longer have the economic advantage, which is allowing him to have this larger army. But instead, the larger army could just end up turning into more and more experience for the Demon Hunter and Naga Sea Witch, who is getting closer and closer to level 3. There's a level up for the Archmage. Level 2 Water Elementals should be a very big deal. We're seeing massive repairs, holding steady at 100 hit points, but no, it does end up falling. Kaho getting the tactical hit and now able to retreat back home. No lumber, or there was a lumber mill, but without the masonry upgrade, well, that town hall just couldn't hang on. All right, Romantic looking to rebuild this town hall now. Perhaps getting level 1 or level 2 masonry upgrade was not a thought. Kaho just dove in and found the right opportunity and chance. Archmage now looking to try to make up on that rebuild his base, get the economic advantage back, and get that hero level deficit fixed. Bloodmage already at level 2, Archmage sitting at level 3, but the Naga Sea Witch just now leveled to 3 as well. So we're going to be looking at level 2 Forked Lightning. All right, Ogre Magi doing a little bit of a dance back and forth. For some reason, can't quite see it make its way to the front line. Blood Mage, is it going to siphon mana? No, doesn't even bother. Picks up a Pure-Up of Vitality, though, and there's some healing going on as well as the Priest only at Initiate training. Sorceresses now up to Adept, as we are perhaps waiting to see if we will see further training there. Off to the north here on Melting Valley. Well, lots of ads on this particular map. No, I am not placing down the ads. I remember the first time ads were placed down on maps like this. Some of the viewers got really mad at me, saying I was selling myself out for placing down ads in order to get in order to make these videos. I'm like, no, that's not me, man. That's like these are like tournaments, and the tournaments have sponsors, and the sponsors actually asked for their names to be placed down on the maps. So yeah, a little bit funny there. Meanwhile, Dryad's not going to be coming across, trying to do a little bit of a poke. Tree of Life down to 40 hit points. It's going to easily get taken down. There's a mana burn onto the Blood Mage. Blood Mage, however, gaining much of that mana back. You see an anti-magic shell on the Demon Hunter as the Sorceresses are down as well. Scroll of Town Portal needed. A very large caster army, but Kaho, perhaps expecting the large caster army, transitioned away from those archers to those Dryads. I can't stress how important this was. If those Dryads could have been trained much earlier and then into bears, but instead Kaho purposely kept a good number of archers still being trained. archers benefit from Roar instead of the Dryads, and that may have been the reason why that particular push moments ago was as effective as it was. With that said, though, Romantic seems to have bounced back, sitting on a 70/82 supply lead, having met tier 3, and, well, was able to shut down the Tree of Life of his opponent. All right, Knight able to run on in here. Knights do not have animal war training. No, going for the range upgrades on the Rifleman first. Wow, Rifleman only having a range of 400 compared to the archers. Archers do not have the range upgrade either. So Dryads having a range of 500. Rifleman having a range of 4. All right, going to go ahead and try and engage here. Druids of the Claw coming over to reinforce. We should be looking at some rejuvenations on some low hit point units. There's some Druids of the Claw there. Are we see a Staff of Sanctuary? We are, as the Archmage continue to push here. Low hit point Druid of the Claw gets taken down. Staff of Preservation saves another. There is only one Staff of Preservation for the Night Elf, not two, as both sides are still fighting their way through. All right, there goes a Fork Lightning. There goes a Druid of the Claw. Naga Sea Witch are now up to level 4, as we're still looking at more fighting going back and forth. Dryads now pushing their way through. Now Blood Mage sitting at level 3 does have a health stone, banishes his own priest in order to try and save it. Another knight going to get taken out, so both sides suffering heavy casualties here. 61 supply compared to 64. Not quite sure who the big winner is as of yet, as we're looking at water elementals also falling down. All right, there goes a Druid of the Claw. Dryads now coming back to reinforce. Dryads have not been able to really abolish anything else here, as we're looking at another unit getting taken out. Demon Hunter gets cycloned, only seeing abolish magic quickly right there. There's another Staff of Sanctuary. This fight's been going on for a minute, as we see an invisibility onto the priest. So it's invisibility, not banish, what I was looking at earlier, as the Naga Sea Witch now getting body blocked by an archer, unable to get there. An invisible priest gonna cause even more separation. Naga Sea Witch falls at level 4, and that may be the tipping point there. It was. Romantic able to bounce back and come away with the victory after some strong play by Kaho. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.